This is some high level shit. That's so sad. I would protect you from differentiation. What's going on, smart people? Wait, that's not right. So someone had the idea of me doing a meme review for math memes. And you know, my plans for tonight kind of fell through, so I'm gonna do that. And I'll be drinking this Samuel Smith's organic raspberry ale. My first time trying it. It's pretty awesome. Highly recommend it. So I saw the first few memes, so my reaction is not going to be genuine for the first couple, but I'll try to comment on them anyway. You know, maybe they've changed by now. I don't know. I don't read it very often. Anyway. So, let's begin with some math memes. All right, let's see what we got. Wait, am I screen recording? I think so. I hope so. Okay. Happy E-Day. Celebrating Pi Day on 3/14. Celebrating E-Day on 4/12, February 71st. Okay, I saw this one before. So that's pretty funny. So E is about 2.71. So we can't have an E-Day because there's no 71st day of any month. You know, unless you just pretend. February 71st can be, you know, considered to be April 12th, I guess. Kind of like 6'15" is really 7'3", but you can still say it if you want, I guess. So yeah, I'm not very good at this, but we'll continue. It took me longer to type than I expected. I saw this one already too. It says, "Teach me your ways, sine pi." Like sin pi, I think. Yeah, I'm not good at this. All right. 10-year-olds, when their math teacher says 0.9 repeating is equal to 1. Yeah, people don't like that because wrong beer. Because they look so different, you know, and numbers can be represented different ways, so it's okay, but we're so conditioned to see that 0 in the ones place and think, okay, that's the number, and then the rest, the decimal places at the end, that's just extra information. So it looks really strange that 0.9 repeating is equal to 1. But at the end of the day, these are just symbols and we have to decide what they mean. And the meaning of 0.9 repeating is the limit of a certain sequence, or the limit of a sum, a series. And that series is 1. So 0.9 repeating is 1. If you don't like that, my question to you is, okay, what do you want it to represent? Because it can't represent something infinitely close to 1 that's not 1, because the real number satisfies something called the Archimedean property, which does not allow for numbers like that. So it can't be a real number if you interpret it that way. So anyway, I'm nerding out a little too much here. I saw this one too. I don't like it. I don't find it funny at all. 9 divided by 4 is 19. 19 divided by 4 is 19 over 4. All right. Man, I saw this one too. I saw too many of these. Algebraic topologist interpretation of the black hole picture. Okay, the idea here is that in topology, we are concerned with the properties of some geometric figure or a space, is what we usually say in topology. We're concerned with the properties that are preserved through a continuous deformation. And so, kind of like I talked about in my isomorphism video, if we can transform spaces in a certain way that preserves their properties that are stable through a continuous deformation, we consider them isomorphic or the same. And a donut, you know, a thing with a hole in it, is isomorphic to a coffee mug. That hole is represented by the handle, and the rest is just can be continuously deformed as you will. So that's the idea behind that one. Okay, I saw this one as well. Here's a useful counterintuitive fact. One 18-inch pizza has more pizza than two 12-inch pizzas. Okay, right, that's because area changes with the square of radius. So a small change in radius corresponds to a bigger change in area. That's why going from a 12-inch pizza to an 18-inch pizza has a larger effect on area than you might intuitively suspect based on, one being a 12-inch pizza and one being an 18-inch pizza. Okay, not very funny, but I mean, yeah, it's true, it's useful. Okay. Nope, I saw this one too. Damn! How many of these did I look at? Okay. I just made a video on Euler's identity. Marvel Avengers Endgame is the most ambitious crossover project ever made. Euler's equation. Okay, so I have something to say about this. What's so amazing about Euler's identity is that these 3 or 4 or 5, these 5 constants, these 5 fundamental constants interact in such a nice way, but they're seemingly unrelated. Like, let's forget about 1 and 0 for a second. So E is an important number. I think its first discovery was through the idea of, maybe not literally, but through the idea of compounding interest, right? So I think of E as being the unique function, the unique base of exponentiation whose derivative is equal to itself. Okay, so that's one thing. Then we have pi, the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. Okay, and then we have I, the imaginary unit. So these 3 numbers seemingly have nothing to do with one another, right? We get one of them as a base of exponentiation, we get one of them from geometry, and then we get I, the imaginary unit, and e to the power of I times pi is -1. It's weird that these 3 constants that seem completely unrelated, pulled from completely different, concepts, and they interact in this nice way. It's really beautiful. Okay, I did not see, oh no, I did see this one. Okay, yeah, I barely glanced at it though, so let's see. Definition of a meme category. Okay, this is some high level shit. Okay, a category, so category theory is a really, it's like when I say high level, I don't mean difficulty wise, I mean category theory kind of takes an overview, like a further higher view of mathematics, because what happens, in different fields of mathematics is that you start to see certain things repeating themselves. Like, for example, when you're studying topology, you have, here, these are topological spaces. Oh, here's maps between them that preserve their properties, continuous maps. Or, man, I'm not going to be able to describe this well. The idea is that category theory says, okay, so let's look at, oh my God, this is hard to say. So there are certain universal there are certain things that universally happen in mathematics that are independent of the specific type of structure that you're looking at. For example, there are certain isomorphism theorems in abstract algebra, and whether you're looking at a group or a ring or a vector space or what have you, they are similar results that can be thought of as being universal in a way that is broader than those individual structures. So category theory is kind of like mathematical results that are more universal in that they aren't just about a specific object type that you're currently looking at. Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. So the class of all topological spaces, along with the maps that preserve their properties, continuous maps, form a category. So category theory is really literally taking entire fields of study in math and making a mathematical object out of that field. Let's move on. Just fell asleep at the beach in Boca. Okay, I didn't see this one, but yeah, so he graphed the tangent function from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, so 1 period of the tangent function. I don't think it's hideous though, it's a beautiful function. Why is this hideous? There's nothing hideous about tangent. You know, it's kind of mean. It's very judgmental. Okay. You fuck with math shit if and only if you pass Calc 2. And I mean, if and only if. LOL, it's a mystery if I will or not. I will pass if and only if I get on that student grind the next 2 weeks. Well, I am a student and I'll 100% grind on you for the next 2 weeks. Papa Dawson. For all you dumbos out there, if and only if is a two-way implication. The first thing is true, then the second thing is as well, and vice versa. Okay, so this is all a big IFF joke. This is just superiority complex sounding. I don't like that. I think the IFF thing is not knowing what that is doesn't make you dumb. It makes you it means that you study something else, maybe. You know, so maybe, you know, a brilliant architect might not know what IFF means. It doesn't make him a dumbo. It means he's, you know, studying something else. Uses quadratic formula instead of factoring. Asterisks. You cheated not only the game, but yourself. You didn't grow, you didn't improve. You took a shortcut and gained nothing. You experienced a hollow victory. Nothing was risked and nothing was gained. It's sad that you don't know the difference. It's pretty deep, and there's a link to something. Let's see. Oh, it's the same thing as the Drake. That's a long-lived meme. That's been going on for a while now. Let's see if I can do it. All right. Black hole versus math conjecture. Yeah, yeah, totally me. Like 100%. Yeah, I don't care about the black hole. I know that's terrible. Black holes are very interesting and all, but like this picture just doesn't do it for me. I don't know. I know it's a big deal. I know a lot went into it. I get that, but it's just okay, cool. But you know, if a long-standing math conjecture gets proven, that's incredible. And it's usually fake news, but that's a big deal. That's a much bigger deal to me, which is, you know, maybe that's abnormal, but you know, if the Goldbach conjecture was proven, anyone who devotes time to that is pretty insane, but still, if that got proven, I would be super interested in that. Okay, this is a repeat, the tan line. This is some numerology type stuff. Oh, they put the black hole as his eyes. It's cool. Okay, let's see what we got. Normie meme. Meme making fun of normie meme. Meme making fun of me making fun of normie meme. And we got Euler here. Let M be the set of all memes. We define a function f from m to m such that f of x is a meme making fun of x for all x in m. Thus, there exists a normie meme m n and a unique function f from n to m such that okay, so it looks like we're putting memes in the place of, is this the successor function for defining natural numbers maybe? That's what it looks like, but it's been a while since I saw something like that. Oh, it's a video. Let's see how long it is. Nah. It's too much time. We're gonna skip that one for now. Just drew up a trig circle and I'm a bit worried that it's going to summon something. Yeah, some math stuff has a demon summoning look to it. I always thought that synthetic division looked kind of dodgy in that respect. Looks like it's gonna summon a succubus or something. Of course I would think of a succubus. Alright. Quick math. E times 10 to the 8 equals pi times... Oh no. No. Don't do that to me. Okay, the joke here is that E and pi are approximately equal with a very, very, very loose definition of approximately. Approximately equal isn't even an equivalence relation, okay? Like, we shouldn't even, that's... Such trifles are beneath me. Okay, that's really small. The geometry and topology of coexeter groups. The geometry of topology and coexeter groups. Illustrated edition. Gotta have them pretty pictures if you're doing topology. When you're a tree and you see somebody use the quadratic formula. When you're a tree. I don't get it. I don't get it. You're a tree and you see someone use the quadratic formula. You're a tree. I don't get it. Someone explained that one to me. Okay, tell me who's this guy. Ah, I get it. So that's the professor from Powerpuff Girls. Do you think this is a game? It's a reference to Black Pin, Red Pin on YouTube. Awesome YouTuber, check him out. Fight me. Okay, we got Winnie the Pooh, Tangent X, TGX. I've never seen that before. I don't know what that is. Is that alternative notation for tangent? I've never seen that in my life. I've never. Okay. 4 divided by 2 equals 2 times 2 over 2 equals 2. Okay. No comment. When you want to prove your last theorem, Fermat. What's this, a margin for ants? Okay, let me explain that one. So, this old dead guy, Fermat, mathematician from years ago, he was writing some math stuff and he referenced a certain result involving solutions to a certain type of, or integer solutions to a certain equation. And he claimed that there were no solutions to a certain type of integer equation. And he just mentioned something like, I have a great proof for this, but I'm gonna neglect to say it for now. And he never said it, and people wondered what this proof was for a long time, like hundreds of years, I think. And it was just proven like in the 2000s. And it was a huge proof that drew from fields of mathematics and results in mathematics that were not developed in Fermat's day. So I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I believe Fermat when he said he had a proof for it, or I believe he believed he had a proof for it. But we may never know what his proof was, if it was correct, because it certainly wasn't the one that we have written in 2007 or whenever it was. It was just too modern. It couldn't have been like his proof, if it exists. When someone famous dies. I don't get it. I mean, whatever works, and there's nothing here. Maybe? No. I feel like I see more on my phone when I'm on Reddit. Maybe I'm just not loading everything. I don't know. The Riemann zeta function says so. Okay. Oh God. Okay. Maybe I should make a video about this. So, the sum of all natural numbers, it diverges. Period. But there is a certain way to assign values to divergent series, and one of those ways is called the Riemann zeta function, and it assigns -1/12 to the sum of all natural numbers. Now, one should not interpret that as meaning the sum of all natural numbers is -1/12. One should interpret that as, in a certain analytic way that is meaningful, we assign the value of -1/12 to that divergent series. It is meaningful, but it's not the limit. It's not its sum. It's sort of like if you had a determinant, or if you had a matrix. Okay, so you have this 3x3 matrix, and you take its determinant. You wouldn't say, let's say you got a 3x3 matrix. You take its determinant. Its determinant is 3. You wouldn't say, oh, this matrix is equal to 3, and then be like, oh my God, look how crazy. This matrix is equal to a number. You wouldn't say that, right? It's a meaningful assignment to the matrix, but it's not literally the matrix. So basically, that's how I think of it. It's an assignment. They're not this. You shouldn't take it as an equality so much. Math tells 3 of the saddest love stories of parallel lines who will never meet, of the tangent who kissed a curve once and then left forever, and of asymptotes who come closer and closer but can never truly be together. That's so sad. Just kidding. Wouldn't it be weird if I was really like that? When you accept your null hypothesis. That doesn't do it for me. Radicant. You had eradicate, and he's under a radical. Radicant. Okay. When she dates a drug addict and says, I will change him with my love. The joke here is that e to the x is its own derivative. So hitting e to the x with this operator, d over dx, that means take the derivative of. So we're taking the derivative of e to the x, but nothing happens. So she did not change him with her love. She should try being ddy. Then she would have got him in. Okay. Oh, it's the same joke. It does exactly what I said. Okay, same joke. We got e to the x, and this constant here is afraid because differentiation is coming. I'm a constant, it's gonna eliminate me. I am e to the x, girl. Stay with me. I will protect you from differentiation. As long as you're with me, baby, differentiation can't eliminate you. And here comes differentiation with respect to y. See, e to the x is unaffected by differentiation with respect to x. But if you differentiate with respect to y, e to the x is just a fancy constant. So, bam, it's all gone. It's all over for e to the x now. He's getting wiped the fuck out. All right. Oh, I get it. Okay. The idea here is The idea here is that on geometry exams or geometry problems, Figures aren't drawn to scale, so a right angle can be anything as long as it's labeled as such. So here we have an angle that is clearly not a right angle, except it is because they said so by putting the square to it. We got Drake, pi equals 3. Nah, pi equals 3 plus or minus 0.2. Okay, that's true. Well, again, I don't like that usage of equal. I don't like it. Oh, yes. When you're writing a proof, it is very important that you master the art of using those words like hence, thus, since, then, therefore, hitherto, or yeah, those words are important. Yeah. Indeed, that's a good one. That's whenever you're full on like going full on edgelord in your proofs. Indeed, let X stand sentinel to the fact that f of X has a fixed point. I don't know. Yeah, you gotta master the hence, thus, since, therefore, for sure. Totally true. Can relate. Euler's identity again. So e to the I pi is just a fancy way of writing -1. That is true. Okay, this girl says, why can't I find a guy like this, huh? And she has the cylinder S1 cross the interval 0 to 1. And S1, the circle, says, hey. And she says no. And he's like, I'm literally homotopy equivalent to the guy in the pic. They're equivalent in a topological way. That's funny. That's good. I'm literally homotopy equivalent to the guy in the pic. Right, I've had enough of that. That was fun. I'm gonna have a cool video coming out soon, a big one. So spring break is next week, so I'm gonna have some time to work on that a little. But yeah, I'll see you guys in that next video. Later.